Hello, all you blessed people. Thank you for joining us tonight for this segment of Opening Your Third Eye, where we'll be talking about what's blocking and opening your clairvoyance. So, how to open your third eye and what could be blocking or opening your third eye and intuitive abilities is one area we'll focus on. And just so you know, your clairvoyance is a natural gift. Everyone has the ability to see the unseen and intuit people, situations, and energies of places. But sometimes your third eye might have a veil over it or a blockage in a way that you are not fully utilizing it. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So join us as we share how to use your third eye, how to release blockages in your third eye, and learn how to increase your clairvoyance in the process. I'm Cindy Eyler.
And I'm Homer Castillo. And for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, if you would like a free mini light activation healing, just type in "I'm all in" the chat room. And later in the show, we will pick who the person that we will work on.
Right. Randomly
Yeah.
select.
And I am monitoring the chat room as best
Yes,
as I can.
and please remember to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment, and let us know you're here. We always like to see who's joining us live. And if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, and also let us know that you watched. We'd love to know who's joining us. So I'm seeing people file into the chat room. And thank you so much for being here on today with this really important and great topic. Actually, a lot of people have so much interest in the third eye, which is located right here. It's your sixth chakra. So the kind of I would say one of the biggest issues with people trusting their clairvoyance is because it's something that you do all the time. If I told you with your eyes open to picture your kitchen, you can pretty much picture your kitchen. There's not many people that would say they couldn't do that. Picture your bedroom or picture a place that you've been, picture the pyramids, whatever it is. And so you're using your clairvoyance all the time. And we're going to talk about actually seeing things energetically or seeing things physically, because both are using your clairvoyance. When people say I'm a clairvoyant, usually they're seeing things energetically, but a lot of people can see things physically if you're matching the vibration, and it happens to happen. It happens a lot to us. So, that's something that you can allow yourself and learn how to see clairvoyantly, both physically and energetically. But energetically is really easy. Okay, so the thing that often is, I would say, probably the number one thing that gets in your way of trusting that you're seeing clairvoyantly is that your third eye, so chakras look like a funnel. So the bigger part is out in front of you, and the bigger it is, the further out it goes, and it actually funnels down through your head, okay, and connects in the back. So that's your energy center, your sixth chakra. So that means that since your third eye is right here, this is your frontal lobe of your brain where you're thinking or you're analyzing. And so that's where people get caught up, is that their third eye is in the same place of their analytical mind, and they think, am I thinking this up, or am I making this up, or am I actually seeing this? And so you have to learn how to decipher which one you're using. And that is an easy thing to do. Like, we do so much psychic and intuitive development in our light activation healing courses. Everybody that comes, they come either they're new and they've never had any experience with any kind of intuition or healing. They just sincerely have an interest in it. And we get people that have done a lot of healing work. And everybody will learn something, and everybody will gain so much more knowledge than they had when they first came, regardless of what level you're at. But we do, some people say I'm a clairvoyant. Some people say I'm an empath. Some people say, I just have a knowing where it's your claircognizance. That's also usually people's hardest one to allow themselves to recognize that they have, because they can't figure out how they know it. They just know it. And also people that have, the ability to hear, clairaudience. So it's great that people lean on one or two. Usually people have like a main one that they really use. But in our light activation healing course, we train you to use all of your intuitive abilities. So you'll be able to see, feel, hear, know, and even smell. You will be able to use all of the abilities, because when you can use all of your abilities, wow, you can get so much more information when you're tapped in all the different ways. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just, it's using much more of yourself, and it's available to everyone. And I find that if you just get some good training, it's pretty easy to learn these things. So we have some great trainings on how to do all these things. So everybody leaves able to use all of their different.
It's like using all your muscles,
right,
all at the same time.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just great. So what was I going to say? So in the process of working with your third eye, you really have to decipher, like when you're getting used to working with energy. I'm always working with energy, so I can feel all kinds of different vibrations. If I take an ibuprofen, I know what that feels like. It feels really gross. Whereas before I was that tapped in, I didn't feel the vibration of it. Now I just really do my best to not ever have to take it unless I absolutely need to, because I really don't like the vibration of it. But that's the thing, is like the more you can understand energy, raise your vibration, use your vibrational senses, you can really just decipher so much of, you can know if there's a negative energy around you, whether it's a person or a spirit, or, something came into your body that is, spirit form, that you might not even know that it came in. And then, there might be hints, like all of a sudden you're feeling super negative, or you're feeling certain ways that you don't normally feel. Doesn't mean that every time that happens, you have a spirit in you. So that can be something that happens, but you'll just be able to decipher things. So as far as your third eye, like I know what my physical eyes feel like, and I know what my third eye feels like. And I'm totally tapped into my third eye all the time. And I know the difference between if it's coming from my third eye or it's coming from my frontal lobe, or my brain, my physical part of myself. And one thing I do like to help people with when they can't, like if they're questioning what they're getting, I help them, I guide them to go to their higher self, because their higher self is outside. Well, it's not outside of them. Obviously, it's a part of them, but it's outside of the physical, like the brain area. So you can access that from a very clear, energetic, vibrational point. So, that really helps to know where to go, what to look for, what you're feeling for, and how to do it. All of these different aspects really takes it and helps you to know if you're getting the message from your third eye, from your brain, from your higher self, from your lower self, from any of the various psychic abilities that you have, regardless of what they are. They all feel different, so you don't have to question if that's what you're doing or not. It's just knowing how to decipher the energies. So one thing that's really important to know is sometimes your third eye is blocked. And Homer, do you want to give some examples of ways that your third eye could be blocked?
Yeah, one good example is your diet. sometimes there are foods or even drinks that can affect your vision and not your physical vision, your clairvoyance. So, and again, everything is in vibration. So if you eat foods or drink things that, may kind of lean towards lower vibration, you're taking that into your physical. And um, it can affect the way you see things clairvoyantly.
Right. What other things?
um, well, also if people are being super negative or in lower vibration, that can affect things too. Or you will see things where you're at, depending on what
Mm,
vibration you're in, what
so true.
vibration and what dimension. So, yeah, you may see things, but you will see things according to what that dimension has to offer.
That's so true. So let's sit there for a minute because that's
Yeah.
such a big deal. So if you're someone that tends to worry and have a lot of fears, you're going to see things that are fearful. You're going to see the dimensions of fear and worry. And I mean, you can imagine how many people and people create fears and worries. So imagine all the fears. See, so dimensions have specific vibrations. So there's definitely a dimension for fear. There's definitely a dimension for worry. There's definitely a dimension of thinking the worst case scenario. So if that's something that you do a lot, then you're matching that dimension. And imagine all the people pouring those energies in there. How many fears you could see, how many worries you could see, how many worst case scenarios you can see from the collective, really just dousing those vibrational dimensions. And if that you're matching that, those are the things that you're going to see.
Or sometimes experience too.
Feel, experience, create your world will reflect it if that's where you spend a lot of your time. Now, we all have fears sometimes. That's, all of the emotions are here to help us, guide us. It's our guidance system. And it's a really important thing to have all of these emotions, because if you're not typically a fearful or a worried person and all of a sudden you're finding yourself in there, you really like, what put me here? Like, why am I here more? Like, what's going on in my life? Like, ask yourself the questions and do your best to realign as fast as you can. But if you just naturally go there, you really want to work on deciding a better dimension to hang out on. And it's not always easy to get out of your fears and worries and worst case scenarios, but it's not easy to stay in it either. That's just like, that's a night living a being awake nightmare, right? Who wants to do that? Life has enough curveballs as it is. So that's the things you're going to see. So, a lot of times I have a couple YouTube videos, old videos about recognizing entities and what to do about it. And I get these people all the time that say, like, oh, I know I have this entity, or I know I have this implant, like I know this and I know that. And they're so affirming of it. Most likely they do, because if you're just affirming that you have these things, then you're just like a magnet attracting it. So you want to affirm something, make sure it's going to be what you really want. Keep affirming what you really want, because you'll magnetically attract it. But if it's not stuff you want and you keep doing it, you're magnetically attracting that too. So, I mean, and then sometimes it's not that they're seeing that, sometimes it's a mental thing. I mean, I always, when they come and tell me, I have to tell them, listen, I would have to go in and look at it to see what I see. So, you might think it's what you think, but I have to see it for myself, because, I can't just take people's word for it, because, if they were that tapped into it, they would know. I would think that they would know what to, well, I wouldn't say they would know what to do to get out of it, but there's a reason why they keep tapping into it. And maybe it's just, it happened and then they waited too long. That's always a problem, because the longer you're in that kind of thing, the harder it is. But like Homer said, that can be something that you align with the vibration, the dimensions that you live in. And, it's like, who wants to see a scary dream every way they look? So you might close your third eye because you don't want to see it. So you're blocking your third eye because you don't want to see that scary stuff. I mean, I know when, in my book, Dead People in My Life, I talk about my childhood, and I would see spirits everywhere, just walking around, doing things. They do things to me even. I mean, it was a really scary thing. And I spent my childhood trying to block out seeing these things. I didn't want to see them. And every night I would be so scared, and I would get under my blankets. I don't even know how I could breathe, but I would pull my blanket over me so tight, like I tuck it around my head, and I'd just be like this. Like, I hated nighttime because I would just be like, okay, am I going to survive this night? I didn't know what might happen. And I was really scared. And, things would happen, something would shake my bed, something would try to choke me. There was always weird stuff. And then I was a sleepwalker, so that wasn't helpful, but that's another story. But yeah, I would be so tight in my blankets, like that every night. So I was always trying to block it out, but I didn't really know. I was like, I want to block out seeing this. I was just blocking out because I didn't want to see it. I didn't realize I was using my clairvoyance. I didn't know that. I didn't even know. I didn't know. Like, if you read my book, it says there's a lot of, I didn't know this. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I didn't question it. And like I said, I would not tell my mom stuff because I didn't want to, not that I couldn't, but I didn't want to talk to her, because then she would tell me like, oh, I saw the devil in my room last night. Like, oh my gosh, like I did not want to see that. Like, it was bad enough what I was seeing. That was the last thing I want to see. So I didn't talk to her about it because I didn't want to hear that. Scared the crap out of me. But yeah, it was, just really trying not to see. And then many, many years as an adult, finally, when my whole angel thing, finally, when I realized like, oh, you could like talk to angels, like angels really are there. Like, that's a whole other story. But then I was like, oh, well, I want to see. Like, I didn't want to not block things out. I wanted to see things. So it was really weird. But at that point I was like, oh, like I want to see. Like, I realized, oh, I was seeing the unseen. I was closing it off because it was always scary. I never saw angels. I never saw any good stuff. I always saw, it wasn't like, okay, a lot of the dead people I would see, it's not like they were scary. It was just the fact of seeing some spirit walking through your living room. Okay. Like, or sitting on your bed, or ironing, or walking up and down stairs. Like, it wasn't that they were like, like that. They were just living in their spirit form. And that was scary to me. But there were scary things that did happen to me. A lot of scary things as well. But most of it, and those big scary things, were enough to scare the crap out of me. That was, like, big deal. But just on a regular basis, it was just seeing, spirits walking around. So yeah, that, you're, as a kid, you see these things, and people say it's not real, so you know how that goes. So yeah, there's all reasons why you might be blocking your third eye, and I probably would have been blocking it if I didn't move into the phase of, oh, there's angels, oh, there's this, there's that, ascended masters, there's all these, amazing things. So another way, do you have any other ways handy, Homer?
Well, one thing that came to mind was beliefs.
Yeah.
Some people grow up with beliefs that, like, oh, it's your imagination. Stop daydreaming. You're making it up. So they would just, discount what they're seeing, and kind of hear what they're, or believe what they're hearing. And they may see something, and because they may have grown up with that condition of, oh, it's only make believe, it's not real. So then they don't tap into it.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. I remember my grandfather used to talk to these spirits when we were living with my grandparents when we moved from Los Angeles to San Francisco, and that house was super haunted. And he would talk to this couple that were spirits. Then they were always like on the stairway going down to the garage. And I'd get mad at him and I'd say, "Why are you talking to those ghosts? Like, you shouldn't talk to them because you're going to make more of them come." And he's like, "They're my friends." And I'm like, "Why are you making friends with these spirits? Like, why are you doing that?" And it was like so freaky. And then in this closet that was on the second floor, it was actually the linen closet. That closet had a portal. I knew, like, it scared me. I always thought spirits come in and out through that. That's what I thought. Now, how would I know that as a kid? How would I know that? Nobody told me that. I didn't even know what a portal was. I don't know if I called it a portal, but I knew that spirits were coming in and out of there. I just knew it. Although spirits were walking right through the front door too. So, I mean, they would come from anywhere.
It was
But
that inner knowingness.
I
That
just
inner
knew it.
knowledge. Yeah.
I knew it. And yeah, it was pretty freaky. And then my grandparents used to, I would sleep in their room because I got scared. And but then it was scary to sleep in their room because every night they would go, like, they had, it was a big, well, it looked big when I was little. They had their bed, and then over in the corner there was a single bed where they put my bed because I wanted to sleep in there. And they had a dresser, and they had, they were Filipinos, and I guess, I mean, they had statues of Mother Mary and candles and stuff. And every night they would go down, be at the end of my bed, like, I guess, I don't actually know what they were doing. I guess they were praying, but I couldn't understand them because they were speaking Tagalog. And I was so scared. I thought every night when they do that, I'd be like under my blankets, like, "Oh my gosh, everything's like, stop, stop." Like, that's so scary what they're doing. I really still don't know what they were doing. But I remember thinking they were calling spirits or something. Like,
Yeah, they were opening portals.
I was so paranoid of anything. Like, I didn't know what they were saying. And I just, every night I dreaded it when they did that. So yeah, that was pretty traumatic. I mean, at that time, I was like 4 and 5. I was in kindergarten. I think I just started school. So yeah, it was pretty freaky. So yeah, I spent a lot of time trying to block it out, even though I didn't know that's what I was doing. And then, and I think in the last segment that we did, I'm not sure if it was that one or one, recently, I spoke about a reoccurring dream that I had, and it was always that I was being chased through this field, and I could never run fast enough. So I would try to run sideways. I'd try to run backwards. I tried to run any way I could just to try to get away, and this person was just chasing me and chasing me. And I'd always have this dream. And then finally I'd get to the car, and then I just knew, as I'm shutting the door, I just knew I wouldn't shut it and lock it in time. And I never did. And it just was this reoccurring scary dream all the time. And then I went to this class, and we were reading each other's third eyes. And so the woman was just like, putting her hand here, and using your hand is very powerful in your third eye. And we're going to do a little bit of that. You guys can do it for yourself if that's something you want to do. But she was reading my third eye, and she starts describing the dream to a T. Like, she just told the exact whole dream. And I was like, I couldn't believe she was saying it. And when I was just like, mystified, excited, tripped out at the same time. And finally, she ripped off the Band-Aid of the third eye, like it had been on there blocking. Although my third eye was open, I could still see, but this was something that was in there. And I told her that was, that's a reoccurring dream that I've had all my life as an adult. I don't know if I had it as a kid. And she was like, and so after she did that, and she actually said, "Oh, this person, they're actually a woman in this lifetime, and you know her." And I knew it was my boss. So just to close that loop, I went back to work. And when I got to work, whenever you do like a deep healing or a deep cord cutting with somebody that they're very attached, you'll either get you'll get a communication with them, phone call, you'll see them, some kind of communication, and either it'll be really, nice and happy, or they'll be really pissed off because you changed the rules. And so when I got to work, she just went off on me. Like, she was yelling at me for no reason. It didn't even make sense that she was yelling at me. And I had been gone, because I'd been, at this class, and I'm thinking, why in the hell is she, treating me like that? And I knew that it was because of the deep cord cutting work that had happened with her. She was pissed off because she wanted to instill that fear and that control over me. And I wasn't having it. Like, when I cut the energy off, it really just pissed her off. And so I went to her office and told her I was going to go part-time because I was just pissed off. It's like, hell no, I'm not going to put up with this woman. So she wasn't happy. She's like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you doing that? I said, well, first of all, I don't like how you're treating me. And I wanted to say, and you killed me in a past life. But
you should have said it.
She would have thought I was really crazy then. But anyway, that was really something else. But after that healing and that cord cutting to that deep cord cutting, I never had that dream again, ever. So that's really powerful work. It had been sitting in my third eye for who knows how many lifetimes. And finally was able to extract it. And I didn't have that bad dream anymore. And, the other thing is, growing up, I had a lot of I used to have so many bad dreams. I don't know about being a kid. I don't remember that. My nightmare of being a child was what might happen with the spirits. That was my nightmare. But as an adult, I remember for so many years, I had so many bad dreams. And I remember my dreams. I had so many bad dreams. And now I don't have hardly any bad dreams, once in a while, but nothing like I used to, thank goodness. So that means I've healed a lot of things, probably a lot of past lives, and got a lot of deep cords and got a lot of energies released from me. So that could be another way that your third eye is being blocked or not utilizing it.
I have another one too.
Okay.
Well, and we spoke about this in past shows about our different lifetimes or our soul journey. We don't even know if someone signed up to not be awake in this life. Because we talked about other lifetimes where I was this and that, like enlightened and also not enlightened. We never know what a person signed up for in this life. They may choose to not be as aware as they were in a previous lifetime. Right. So that could be it, where, they may not see things as well. But also deep down, we all have the ability to do it, to see, to clairvoyantly to see, and to hear clairaudiently, and so forth.
Yeah. We're going to do a separate show on this, but how to see auras, because I remember when I was practicing to see auras, I used to work in corporate America. I used to be a normal person, I guess, sort of. Anyway, I used to do normal things. And I remember, I lived in the Bay Area, so I'd take BART to and from work a lot of times. And so what better place to look at auras than that?
I know.
I think. Some people will be like, oh, you can see, what does my aura look like? And I'm thinking, you don't want to ask me that. Like, your aura is so depleted. Yeah. Your aura is so small. It's not like, don't think your aura is so full and like, okay, every day it's important to fluff up your energy, replenish your energy, open your aura, fluff your aura up. I have a video on YouTube. I forget the name of it, but I talk about fluffing your energy. And of course, all this stuff is in my 40-day Manifesting Breakthroughs video e-course, all of these amazing techniques. But if you're not doing your energetic hygiene, your energy isn't going to be so full and vibrant and beautiful. Like,
Mhm.
it's like if you don't do your hair, it's going to look how it looks. If you don't, clean your feet, they're going to be, your toenails are going to be like a foot long and be like that. Like, you have to do, you don't take a shower once and think you never have to take a shower again. You have to get your energy cleaned. You have to know how to energize yourself, rejuvenate your energy, rejuvenate your aura, because that is going to help you have a more positive outlook on life. It's going
Mhm.
to help your chakras to be clearer. And you have, people say you have a lot of chakras, but I'm talking about the 7 main chakras, that each chakra has to do with a part of your life. And if those things are dirty and you don't clean them and balance them, then your actual physical organs, your body, is going to start becoming depleted, and you just won't have the energy, and the different areas of your life aren't going to be healthy. So it all starts with your energy and making sure that you're keeping it cleared, balanced, you're cutting your cords, you're replenishing your aura, because in your aura, which is the energy around your body, you have your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, and then, of course, infinity, like all that is. But if you don't take care of these things, then you're walking around depleted. You're not going to be at your best. And also, you are being very vulnerable to other spirits getting into your energy and into your body. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. You really, like, taking care of your energy is, I don't want to say, like, going to the doctor is important. Of course, I go to the doctor, I take care of my physical body, but my physical body wouldn't be as good as it is if I wasn't taking care of my energy, because your energy is what's going to keep you healthier. If you don't keep track of your energy, keep it up and keep it healthy, your body's not going to be healthy. No amount of going to the doctor and taking medications or whatever is going to cure that. You've got to get your energy work done.
It's about maintenance.
It is. You have to work on it, and know what you can do. Like, if you have somebody do healings on you, that's great. But also start learning how you can take care of yourself. So that's why when people take our light activation healing courses, they know how to work on other people, and then they can work on themselves too. Of course, a lot of them still get healings anyway, because it's always nice. It's like giving yourself a massage. It's not quite the same. But if you know how to do it, you can do it real time. If there's something going on, you know what to do. You know how to move the energy. You know how to cut the cord. You know how to move somebody's energy out of your energy. You know how to pull your energy back to you that you've left scattered around. When you engage with somebody negatively, or you have fears and worries, your energy is depleting like a gas tank is siphoning your energy.
Or like a balloon with a hole.
Yeah, because you're giving all, especially fears and worries and negativity, those 3 things. When you start buying into that stuff, you're just like, here's all my energy, and you're just pouring it towards those things. So what happens is those things get bigger, you become more depleted, and then your fears, worries, and negativity gets bigger. And then if you keep depleting your energy like that, your physical body is going to start having problems. You're going to start having physical issues. And that's why a lot of times doctors may not be able to, they can help put Band-Aids. They can help, alter your mood so you can deal with things. But until you work with your energy, it's just going to be that path of Band-Aids and going through whatever you're going through. And you know what? Life can be hard enough without, it's hard in life when you don't feel good. It's hard in life when you're sick. So hard. I'm terrible at being sick. I'm terrible at not feeling it. I'm so bad at it. I'm not good at that. So I do my best to, when I start feeling anything wrong or out of alignment, or if I go to the doctor and they tell me like, oh, you're never mind. I'm not even
Don't even. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say it. Then I'm like, okay, well, thanks for the heads up. And then I go home and I work on it. It's nothing bad. It just has to do with my age. I'm apparently, from what she said, the eye doctor said that I'm like kindergarten at the elder age. So like saying I'm old, but I'm at the big, like kindergarten stage of old. So it's not anything, it's not a big deal, but it's just like, we'd have to like watch that. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go heal that. So we don't have to keep watching it. We will watch it, but I'll just go heal it now that I know. So it is useful to get the information because then you know what to work on. If you didn't know, I mean, I whatever.
I mean, I did that with my dad. I mean, I didn't know anything about kidney failure. So until he was going through kidney failure, then once I heard, I mean, the doctors talked about it. Once I knew what that was, then I was able to work on him. And the doctors a month later were surprised how fast he healed from it.
Right.
Because he went from 17% kidney function to now it's like 80%. And they were like, wow.
That's a big
what
deal.
happened? Yeah.
Right.
So it's a bit of information. Once
it does, it is helpful.
Yeah.
I go for my yearly checkups. I get my blood work. I just want to know where I'm at and if there's anything I have to adjust. And, it's usually really good. If there's anything, then I'm like, okay, I just need to, fix that. So how do I do that? And I do what I can physically, and then I do what I can energetically. So it's very helpful to have the tools,
Yeah, because I mean, we're not medical professionals, so we don't know a lot of the medical situations or circumstances. But sometimes once we know it, not that we're gravitating toward, that's what it is, because we look energetically what the real cause is. Because like what you said, Cindy, the doctors will only tell you about the physical.
Right.
Like where the ailment is, but for us, we can see energetically what's behind that.
Right. Like
the next step.
What started it to begin with? What part of you doesn't, if you have bad eyesight, what part of you is trying not to see? What are you trying not to see? If you have hip or leg or feet problems or knee problems, what part of you is keeping you afraid? What are you afraid of that you're not moving forward? What's paralyzing you? If you're not getting what you want in life, what part of you is drained, making the left side of your body drained? So there's different areas of your body that are, when we're doing healing sessions, oh, this is coming up and associated with this is usually this. And we look, and sometimes we even see the past life that comes up and, what happened, like maybe, this person just can't seem to move forward in their life and get what they want. And then I see this tangling in the knee. And whenever I see tangling in the energy, I know it's usually, I'd say always, a past life. And they might have had like their legs amputated in this other past life and just, weren't able to do anything and were traumatized by it. So when I can see that past life, then we have this advanced technique where we can resolve it and release it. And in that lifetime and all lifetimes, similar energies, and let it go. And then this person frees the person up, makes them stronger. They're able to move forward now. They're able to receive what they're looking for in their life now. So, if you're missing the energy part, you're missing a big part because there's so much in your energy. And it will be the things that come up that are blocking you from all kinds of different things. So let's say, so those are some ways that your third eye could be blocked. Most of the time it's, a big one is when people are more of the analytic, one side of your brain is your analytic side. The other side of your brain is like the creativity and intuition and, So you have both, and it's important to use both. But if you're so dominant on only trusting your analytic, usually those are people that they need proof. They don't want to just believe someone. Like the energy thing, they'd be like, yeah, right. But I don't know how anybody can deny energy. That's just, with all the information out there now, like if people are still denying energy, they just have a huge fear. It's a huge fear that they don't want to look at. Somebody in their analytics might be, and this is not always true. I mean, there's people that are in their analytics that are typical people would be like scientists, mathematicians, anything that, takes a lot of brains, CPA, da, da, da. But just because you are those, it doesn't mean that you can't balance and use your intuition too, because you get so much more out of it. A doctor that is balanced, that has their intuition, is going to be so much more helpful than someone that totally ignores their intuition and only goes by books and studies and all those things.
It's all about balance.
It really is, for everything, even food, even, life in general, even your, the things you have, your car and everything, like everything has to be balanced. The universe is always balancing. So it's not normal not to be balanced. And if you have an imbalance, that's when you have problems. And as humans, we have it. We all have it. But you be proactive about it. So going back to the one that's analytic, they're going to ignore their third eye because they can't necessarily prove it. Although a lot of things are proven by quantum physics now and all kinds of studies. Dr. Emoto's thing with the water and the rice and all, like that's something. There's a lot that shows that energy is a thing and it affects you. But if people, just depend heavily on their analytics, often it's because, and not always, but often people who do that are just very fearful and they want the proof because they're afraid just to trust something that's in the unseen. And so, that's what's good about our classes is you get a lot of practice so you can prove things. So see, that's key. Yeah. Learning how to use your abilities, but also through the learning, you get the proof. So you know that you're actually doing it. Okay. You get the proof. So there are ways to get proof. And so we make sure that you learn how to do it and that you practice and that you get the proof and you get healings throughout the whole course. It's really deep. It's really helpful. It will change your life forever for the better. And it's just a wonderful thing to be able to give people is to be able to know themselves as who they really are. It's amazing. Okay. Any other blocks or things, Homer?
Not that I could think of at the moment.
Okay. So let's talk about opening your third eye. So, clearing your chakras is something that is always going to help you to be able to sense things better. Every chakra has a certain area of expertise. And so your third eye is seeing the unseen. It really helps for you to envision. I love it because I am a visionary. I love to see into higher dimensions. I like to see expansion. I love to see the future, basically like what's out there and where we're going.
Or the magic.
I once had I was leading a spiritual journey through Egypt, and I walked in on the group. They were, having breakfast, and they were all laughing, and they had been having this discussion of, going on trips with us. And they were saying, because we do all these very unique, kind of crazy, fun, amazing things, not normal. And so they were like, you never know what to expect. But they're like, but we trust her. She'll be going, come over here. And we're like, okay. And so then one of them said that she wanted to go on a trip over the Bermuda Triangle with me, because if we get, if we disappear, I'll be able to tell her where we're at. And I just loved that. I thought that one, I mean, they had other scenarios, but that was the one I loved most because I thought that is so cool. That is true. I would be able to tell you where we're at and what's happening. And that's what I love telling people. I love telling people where they're at, what's happening, what could be, where we're heading. Because I get a lot of messages about, the new world and ascension and all this stuff. And it's exciting to me to know what's happening outside of what everybody sees on the day to day. I think that if I didn't see that, life just wouldn't be as exciting. If
I know for me, I rather see than not see.
Right.
'Cause it's
Well,
fun.
definitely. And
yeah.
if it was just living in this world is just living in this world, like, this is it. It'd be boring. Like, it just gives me so much hope and excitement, and it inspires me to do better. It inspires me to raise my vibration and reach higher to what is possible, because I know what I'm gaining by doing it. And that's just super exciting. And everybody can do this. You just have to get on point with your energy and how to read energy and how to use it in your everyday life, And I've been dedicated to it for so many years. So it's really exciting for me. Okay, so going back to opening the third eye. So you have, these 7 chakras. One way that you can clean chakras, and this is really, these segments are not about me teaching you how to do things, but I want to help you today if you want to start learning how to open your third eye. So your hand, shake it off, get the energy off of it. And then I'm going to send you some frequency, and or you can just affirm like healing energies coming out of your third eye. And you can use like white. I like to use, well, it depends on what I'm doing, but white is very pure. Some people like to use green for healing. Some people like to use pink because it's love. So every color has vibration, but white is really good, whatever one you want for clearing. And so just imagine, feel, or know that white light is emanating from your palm. So let's affirm it's coming from the divine to your palm and then out. I don't recommend anybody bring energy through them and out of their palm, because you're dragging it through your energy and out. Why? I would not let anybody do any healing on me that was doing that, because I don't want their energy coming in with that divine pure light. You don't need to do that. Let it just come to your palm and let your palm direct it, right? So you might feel like, let's say, okay, let's put an intense amount of white light to your palm. You might feel like an energy of a feeling of warmth or a pressure, or maybe it could feel like a ball of energy moving. But now let's just imagine it moving forward and just flowing forward out of your palm. Okay. So remember, I said that your third eye is like a funnel and the big part is right here. What I want you to do is, if you can put your hand out as far as you can, because I want you to feel where your third eye is. So if you come out here, okay, I'm trying to stay in my vision, and feel what the air feels like feel the air. Just feel the air for a minute. Okay, I'm feeling the air on my palm. This is a form of psychometry, feeling energy with your hand, okay? So you feel the air. So now you know what the air feels like. Okay, now I want you to slowly come closer to your third eye. So just until you start feeling a change in pressure. So again, you can come out, shake your hand off, feel the air, and then slowly come forward towards your forehead until you feel a pressure. When you feel the pressure, just kind of push on it a little bit, like you're pushing on a cloud. Okay, that's your third eye. Now, I want you to spin it in a clockwise direction. So it would be like, this is 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So it's clockwise. Wait, it's counterclockwise if you're looking at it, but Okay, just do it like a clock. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. That's the way you want to go. So feel it. I want you to actually go across to see where it ends and where it starts. Go up and down where it ends and where it starts. So you can feel the difference between the air and the pressure.
And I like what you're doing, Cindy, like working far or working out and in.
Yeah, because that's how
If
you
you're totally in it, then you may miss it. So
yeah, if you're doing it too close, you might not feel a difference. So if you go out, feel the air, and then come in, and then you might start feeling like I'm feeling tingles. I start to feel pressure and tingles. So after you feel it, like the surface, you can say like, oh, let me just like rub that surface. That feels like really good. Okay. Make sure you're going 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and really feel it. Is it tingly? Is it like cotton candy? Is it like a cloud? Are there any holes, like any spots that feel cold? That really indicates a hole. So now, and you're like getting up close and personal with your third eye. It feels good. Okay. Take that healing light and now keep going in a clockwise direction and just send the white light into your third eye and affirm you're clearing it. Now, you may not see things in your third eye yet because maybe you're not used to seeing it. But if you sense like there's something dirty or there should be nothing in there, in other words, like if you're just sensing like it's rough around one of the edges, just send in the healing light and repair it, make it nice and strong, and clear, pull out any stagnation. You might even see people in there, objects. You don't want to see anything in there. Just take it, pull it out. And when you're taking it out, you are affirming you're sending it to the light. You're not just pulling things out and throwing it out into our air, please.
transmute it. Transmute it to the light.
Up to the light for transmutation, okay? Or you can send it down to the ground for transmutation. But I like to send things up to the light. And
especially the divine light.
Now, sometimes if you want to know if there's cords, go back out beyond your feeling, go to air, and slowly, like you're moving your hand to see if you slice through anything. Like if you feel a pressure, that means there is a cord there. Hold on to the cord. And just like you're weeding, you don't just yank out a weed because you leave the roots in there. You slowly work it, loosen it up, and slowly pull it out. And I like to send those and ground them down to the earth to clear them and transmute them. And send love to whoever that cord was. Sometimes you're going to know who it is, and sometimes you're not. What's really more important is just to not have it. And then take that light and fill up that area. So anytime you're moving a cord or taking stuff out of your third eye, you always want to go back and fill up the energy, because if you leave it open, leave a void, those energies are going to, your energy is going to want those energies back so it can feel full. So that's how you clean it, okay? So now I just want you to close your eyes and put your hand right on your third eye. And let's ask to be shown any past life or let's just do a past life that is in your third eye that's blocking you. And I'm just going to give you a minute to see if you get any visions in your head. Like, if you were picturing your kitchen or whatever, like seeing it like that, like what is coming through, and trust whatever's coming through. Ask to be shown any past life that might be getting in your way. So if you don't see something, did you hear any words? Sometimes a word will come through or a feeling. And this is for someone who says, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not hearing anything. I don't know anything. I'm going to ask you, if you could see something, what would it be? If you could see something in your third eye, what would it be? And then whatever comes, you just saw it. Okay? So I want you to imagine there's like a Band-Aid across your third eye, which stands for that past life. And I want you to take hold of it. And what we're going to do is rip it off, because we want to take off that veil, that blockage. So ready? Hold on to that corner of the Band-Aid and say, I'm ready to release this. And if you didn't get anything, you didn't do the exercise, you didn't answer if you were supposed to, I mean, if you could see something, what would it be? Let's just say anyway, regardless if you got something or not. Hold on to the Band-Aid. And let's just say we're ripping off the veil that's blocking your third eye at this point. And rip it off. And send it up to the light for transmutation. And then I want you to take it and cut and pull out any cord that might be related. Again, weed it gently. Send it down to the earth for transmutation. And then take that white light energy or whatever energy you're using, fill it back up, going from 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Fill up that whole thing. Okay, now I want you to take white light or whatever color energy you want to use in both hands and fluff your aura. I want you to, okay, you can't see, but if I was, say this was where my feet are and my hands, and I like went down like this, I'm digging up my energy and throwing it up over my head.
Like so scooping it.
Digging down, scooping it up, throwing it over my head. And just imagine the white light lifting, scooping up over your head and around you. So get it up over your head, behind your back, pull it up and over the sides of you, and fill yourself up like you're in this beautiful egg of beautiful, brilliant white light. And I'm sure you can feel that. And I'm sure you feel lighter right now. So I'm tingling. I feel good. That feels good. And it's not hard.
When we tore that Band-Aid, I'm like, I think I did it too hard. Let me check my eyebrows.
Hey, maybe that could be a technique for, what do you call that when you get your plastic surgery? Let me rip off those lines on my forehead. Okay. So that's just a little thing, but it's helpful. And if anything, you got a clearing, and that's always a good thing. So any questions in the chat room?
Yeah, we had some good questions. Let me go back a little.
Remember, if you want a chance at a free mini healing reading, put in the chat, I'm all in, so we know and we can possibly choose you. We're going to be doing those next, right after we look at these questions. And also, if you said it early on, write it again, because some people will tune in and leave, and we want to do it for the people who are here right now. So Anita says, I do feel lighter. Thank you. I feel lighter too. Yeah. Me too. I love it. And it doesn't, it's not that's an easy thing to do.
It's
right?
easy. You could do it anytime.
Your third eye's like, whoa, hello. Hello, I can see again. Thank you. Okay. Any questions, Homer?
Yeah, so I'm going toward the top. So Erica had a good question. What does it mean when it tingles? So I assume the third eye.
Your energy feels like.
But I think she meant the third eye, I think, because this was closer to the beginning or to the top.
It's activating, usually. Usually that's my ear. I'm having a malfunction with my earring today. Okay, it's bothering me because it keeps doing the splits, and I don't want it to do the splits. It usually, if your third eye is tingling, it's activating. It's awake. It's saying hello.
Yeah, for me, sometimes I feel a pulsating sensation.
Cheryl says her hands tingled. Yep, my hands start to really tingle when I'm really working on the chakra. Now, the other thing is you don't have to do it like this. You could actually take that chakra out and just work on it in front of you and set it back in. You can make it easy. But anyway, that was just a little thing. That was
and in the beginning, it's always good to like shake things out with your palms first.
always
Activate your
shake off
palm,
energy.
tap your palm.
Sometimes it's like this, like clear it out, because you're touching your keyboard, you're touching your phone, you're driving your car, and you're just picking up all this energy in your hands.
Mhm.
Be aware of how you're picking energy up. Okay, what's the questions, Homer?
Okay, some of them are comments. Let's see. Hello from Sweden. Hello.
Hello, Sweden. I want to go to Sweden.
Sverige. Oh, let's see. I'm scrolling really fast. So Anita says she feels lighter.
I said that already. That's
Oh, yeah.
all that scrolling, and that's what you got to.
Let's see.
I mean, Erica said a lot of things.
Yeah, Erica did say a lot.
Erica said all this stuff happened after what I believe to be a spiritual waking around 2010. I started experiencing a lot of spiritual stuff and had to use the internet to find out what I was experiencing. Yeah, that's helpful. But again, you want to have your own experiences and don't base it on what other people are doing.
Yeah, because that's their truth. Find your own truth. Maybe, you can get a little information just to like, oh, okay, so that's, that. Let me explore it on my own. Yeah.
After a while, and so this is Erica on YouTube. After a while, I asked God to stop all of it, and so I could just focus on the physical aspects and live a normal life for a bit. But I feel better and stronger, and I'm ready. And it's just like when someone who doesn't believe in God, I ask them, why don't you just pray and ask God to help believe in him and know him? Whenever they say that they have done that, then they'll pray and it'll happen. And I say, see? But then they'll just say, I know, but I still don't believe. Welcome to the club, Erica. Sometimes no matter how many validations they get, they don't want to believe, right? So they just want to be unempowered.
Unaware.
The people like to fight for their limitations. They do. It's so weird. It's so weird how people fight for their limitations.
I mean, some of them just like to be where they're at.
We were talking about that in my Cindy's Insiders Club last night. Like, where are you fighting? What is not coming into your life that you want? And where are you fighting against it coming in? Like, you're fighting for your limitations. People do it all the time. It's very strange. So Suzette's left-handed. That's fine. So is Erica. Johanna said, wow, that was awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. It's so fun. It's
all about having fun, because when you're having fun, you're light and you're tapping into that dimension.
Yeah. Johanna said, first I had a little headache towards the left side. Then the Band-Aid was a murder, which I would have never imagined. And then I ripped it off. It really felt like it went away. And the fluffing, wow. Yay! Perfect. So perfect. That's what I love about like all the techniques we do, whether it's in my 40-day manifesting breakthroughs video e-course, like so many little techniques, like, those cord cuttings and stuff like that, healing relationships and stuff, but light activation as well. There's a protocol and you just learn so much, but it's just like these little things just make you feel so like you can do so much more to help yourself. And it just opens your world up. And it's really exciting.
And it's part of your daily routine. Like you don't even think about it anymore because it's like a habit. Like you're doing.
Exactly. And you really see people for who they really are rather than at face value. It's like, it makes life a lot more interesting when you're looking at someone and you're seeing who they really are versus what they're showing. Very interesting. So I am assuming there's no other comments since you're not saying any.
No, just like thank yous and you look good, Cindy.
Oh, thank you. Who said that? I'll pick you. Hey, Michael Baxter.
Joanna. Joanna said.
Oh, she did. Michael Baxter, if you're still here, say I'm all in. Because everybody who said I'm all in earlier, say it again. Because if you're here, you will have a chance to be selected. I don't want to do people who popped in and left. I want people who are here right now to get the goods. So let's see. Angela Bergwall is
Ezekudu
Zikudu.
from Sverige,
Hi.
from Sweden.
Oh, she's from Sweden. Hello, Sweden. That's a place
Stockholm.
that I want to go. So beautiful.
Weren't we
Okay.
planning on going there in the
Yeah,
polar
I
region?
actually have a friend that lives there that would love for us to come. It would be so fun.
Didn't we have the aliens tell us take a trip
Yeah,
to see
I love
the?
the way they tell us to go to all these places.
So
And
we want to go to Lapland in Sverige.
it's like, beam us up, Scotty, if you want us to go. Beam us up. Okay.
They told us that message when we were in Hawaii.
Yeah.
In the tropics, to go to the polar region, the Arctic Circle.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Angela, on Facebook, we're going to do a mini light activation healing reading. And what we're going to do is look for any blockages we see in your third eye. And, you know, if you want them removed, we will do the work. But if you don't want it removed, it won't happen. So don't worry. We never do anything to anybody that they don't want anything done. But we will just tell you what we're getting. Oh, yeah.
Yes, we want to see the aurora borealis in Lapland, in
I so
Sweden.
want to see it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so just relax, Angela, and we're going to send in the frequency. And the first thing I'm seeing in your third eye is on the right side if I was facing you. And it's a little bit, got some dirt there, so I want to move it. And what I'm seeing is an old relationship, actually. Like I'm hearing boyfriend, old relationship. That's what I keep hearing, old relationship, that it made you fearful, afraid to see the future. I feel like this person had a lot of insecurities and projected them on you. It's interesting when people have insecurities, how they'll start like accusing people of things or making the other person feel fearful in some way. And I feel like this person isn't in your life anymore. It feels like somebody that's gone, but they have left some residue, but it has added to your fears that aren't even yours. So carrying around not only your own fears, but fears of other people. I'm also hearing you're an empath. So you often pick up energy of other people because you can feel them. You can feel their emotions very strongly, and that know that that's happening because a lot of times you might be feeling these emotions and wondering why you feel that way or why you feel so heavy, why you feel so sad. Like what's even, I'm getting body aches, like it's other people's energy. So make sure you're clearing yourself, cutting cords, doing neutral separation, which is sending whatever energy is not yours, sending it back to where it needs to go. And you don't need to name it all. Just affirm whatever energy's in me that's not mine, I'm sending it back to where it needs to go. And I usually see it going out of the third chakra, which is right in your solar plexus, in your stomach area, going back to where it needs to go, and then calling your energy back to you from wherever you left it. So that could have been, you know, something where you had an argument with someone or you just left your energy from being there. But I always say cleanse it in the divine light before you let it come back into your body. So you're letting the energy go that's not yours. You're pulling your energy up through the divine light and back into your body. You're going to feel so much stronger, so much more empowered, so much more confident when you do this, because you're going to be releasing other people's fears and worries that you carry so much of. Okay, Homer.
So Angela, in for your third eye, I was hearing get rid of any doubt. And a lot of the doubt is coming from other beliefs from other people. Like it felt very limited. So it kind of fogged up the third eye, the lens. So I was just guided to clean it with etheric Windex. Wait, I don't know if you have Windex. There's probably no Windex in Sweden. I'm not sure. Well, I shouldn't say that. But yeah,
window cleaner, vinegar and water.
Yeah, window cleaner, just to clean it up a little bit. And just by cleaning it up, allow yourself to see the magic. Like, don't, whatever it is, don't put limitations on it. Just, even if it looks silly or absurd or out of the ordinary, because I was being shown that you do have that magic or inner child within you that would just have that imagination that would just go off the roof, like really, I don't know how to describe it, but just tap into that, tap into that inner child where everything can be magical, and once you imagine it, it starts to create it. So that's what I was trying to say with that.
Yeah, you do have a really light energy, like magical, like how children feel free and just get into the magic of being in nature. But there's been a part of you that's really been deadened to that. Like you're afraid to give yourself that freedom and happiness and joy and play. Like
Yeah.
something has made you serious, and it's okay to be serious. But when your natural tendency is to be joyful and light, that's being imprisoned. So it feels like somebody dead in that, or it could have been more than one person, but really put a damper on your spirit. I'm getting chills. So I know this is something you really need to hear. It really put a damper on your lightness. And one thing is, if you allow yourself to feel light, play, have freedom, get outside, be silly. I mean, you would be so fun to be on a spiritual journey with.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And that is going to help you manifest what you want in your life. That is what's going to get you ahead fastest and feel the most joyful. That's
I mean, tap in even to the folklore of your country in Sweden. And I know, like in Finland, they have Lapland and Norway as well. But the legend of Santa Claus and the elves, I was tapping into that. Like, tap into that folklore of your country, because it's so beautiful and magical.
Didn't we have some people come from Sweden to our?
Yeah, we did. I forgot what their names are, but
a couple came. So
yeah.
Angela said, "Thank you. I'm launching my company, Angel of Sweden. So magic is a part of me, but very much stress and responsibility on my shoulders. But have fun with it. Like, if starting a business is something that's magical, you want to be able to have fun with it. Yes, responsibility comes with everything. Doesn't mean you can't just be joyful and fun about it. Like we too, like this is the work we do. But
and when you have fun, then your clients or whoever attracted to your company, they will feel that.
Yeah, the people that are in alignment with that fun and everything will come, and then you'll have more fun. But if you're like too stressful or serious, you're going to get stressful and serious people. And that's not even in alignment with magic and fun.
Because, people, even though they know it or not, they do feel energy. And if it feels like stressed, they may sense it like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Right. You're not going to attract magical, fun people that you want. So, she said my last salary this month. So trying to not feel stressed. So don't try. Have fun. Like, you know what? I remember I tried to leave my corporate job for years, and the angels kept saying, no, no, no. And I got so irritated. I said, I guess I'm never leaving this job. I just keep getting no. But then I did some contract work and I found out, I said, what do I need to know? Like, what is the hold at this place? And once I found out what it was, which was crazy, I did a deep cord cutting and bam, I was able to go. But one thing my angels told me was, now it's your job to manifest every day. And, I was a single parent. I, had just bought a new car. I didn't have savings. I had bills, and I was leaving my corporate job to go work with angels. Okay. So I every day made it a point to work on my manifesting, which means you cannot be stressed. You cannot be worried. You have to be excited, joyful, have faith, have trust. And I say, at that point, I said, all I have right now is faith. So I better have the biggest faith I could possibly have. That is that was the foundation of me stepping out of my corporate job and just saying, I better have the biggest faith that I could possibly have, because that's all I got right now is faith. And every day I would go for walks and open my chakras and say affirmations. And, you know, my 40-day manifesting breakthroughs video e-course would be awesome for you to get you in that alignment and keep you there. So if all you got is faith, have the best faith, period. It got me. I never had to go back to a job. And that was over 20 years ago. So you can be successful, but you got to have the right mindsets.
And
Okay.
also, words are powerful too. And don't affirm that it's your last salary. The universe is abundant. Yeah. And I forgot what we said last night.
Salary. I always say, you know what? I work for God. I'm never going to be unemployed because there's too much work to do.
Exactly. And I forgot what we had said in CIC last night. It was very powerful that
since I'm a divine,
yes.
Since I what did I say? Since I'm
I am divine, so I have
access to everything.
Yeah, that's it.
Since I'm divine, I have access to everything.
Yes.
Since I'm divine, I have access to everything. And you do. Everything exists in the universe. If you can think it, you created it. But you have to match those. You have to have the right mindsets to align with it and bring it in. So you have to do something like that. I'm not kidding you guys. The 40-day manifesting breakthroughs video e-course, it is about manifesting, but it's about daily life, the issues we all have, whether it's relationships, whether it's our moods, whether it's our beliefs, whether it's a past life, whether it's something our parents did. It will help you understand everything and know what to do every day to stay on your game. And it's very helpful.
And also, we may be saying this to one person, but we are saying it to everyone as well. If it applies to you, you know, take it in.
That's right.
We're trying to cover everybody. So, yeah.
Okay, let's go to Gaia Man. Thank you, Angela. That was a good one for probably most of you watching. So,
and thank you, Mary. I saw your comment.
Mary says she's hungry. I saw that.
Oh, you did?
Okay, Mary. Have some coconuts. Anyway, so Gaia Man, we are going to send in frequency and see what we see in your third eye. If there's any blockages or any information we need to know. So the first thing I'm seeing is all these colors, like psychedelic, man. I mean, maybe you're not like that, but that's what I saw, and that's what I felt like. Whoa, a lot of movement. Your third eye has a lot of movement. There's a lot of vibrance going there, but somehow you're blocking your ability to get ahead. That's what I'm hearing. You got it going on, but there's some internal fear that stems from your childhood. I'm hearing your mother. I mean, your father, but I'm hearing more your mother. You know what I'm getting right off? It's like, this is something that parents often do. And I guess this happened to you. And you may not even be aware of this. But a lot of times parents are trying to do the best they can. I hope, right? But they will like make decisions for their kids, which, you know, makes a lot of sense. But they try to stop their kids from falling down, from getting hurt, from making the wrong choices. So they keep trying to make your decisions and telling you, you know, they're afraid of you experiencing some sort of downfall or failure or problems. And they're doing it all in good faith. But I tell parents, it's really important that you let your kids make mistakes when they're growing up. Let them fall. Let them have a failure. Let them make the wrong choices, because that's how they learn. And if you get in the way of that all the time, what's going to happen is this is subconsciously, they're not realizing this, but they're not going to trust their own, their selves. They're not going to think they know what to do because the parent is making all of these decisions and trying to control the situation. And so what happens is then they grow up and either they're too afraid to make decisions, they're insecure about taking a leap of faith. They won't go for their heart's desires because they're just not sure. Now they have no idea this was because of some way that they were brought up. And And when they make a mistake as an adult, it's much more difficult than when you make a mistake when you're a child. So it's always really important to let your kids make mistakes and make some decisions and make some mistakes and fall down and all those things, so that when they can learn it as a kid where it's not so detrimental, it can always be resolved and learned and fixed. But when you do that as an adult, there's so many more repercussions that can happen. It can, devastate your life. It could keep you from relationships. It could mess up your relationships. It could keep you from money. It could keep you from going for your grand idea. So I'm getting with you is that your mother really stood in the way of what I'm hearing. She stood in the way of your progress. And there's this blockage right there. And it's not only in your third eye, but I feel it in your heart too. So it's in your mind and it's in your heart's desires. It's blocking your heart and your soul from pursuing. And I'm feeling like relationships are really important. Livelihood's really important, but these are all things that are hard because of these blockages that have been inserted. So we're clearing that, but your third eye has it going on. And I feel a lot of love in your heart. You have the ability to love and be loved, but you're just not trusting it. Okay, Homer?
Yeah, tapping into your third eye, it felt like I was trying to see things through a straw. Like it looked very restricted, and the view was just was very narrow. So the message I was hearing was, along with what Cindy was saying, a lot of fears, a lot of blockages around that regarding your mom. I was feeling the same thing. But now is the time to release that when you're ready. Even now, if you're ready to do that, and just expand your vision, expand your the way you see things. So I was hearing it's not just black and white. There are many different dimensions between that. Different shades. Just know there's other alternatives. It's not just one or the other. And I was guided to your throat too. So a lot of that suppression or limitation, I was feeling it right there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
working on that.
So yeah, I'm seeing cords in the back of your third eye, in the front of your third eye, in the top of your head, in the back of your neck. Like there's a lot of limitation and restriction happening to you. So yeah, I pulled out a lot of cords and there's so much more available to you, really. And you are a visionary. You have the ability to see beyond. And that's a beautiful gift. So you can create anything. It's just that these limitations were getting in your way. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you. And thank you for being here.
And also one of the benefits of having all your clairs is you could feel things. So Cindy, when you let out that blow, I actually felt it. I was like, what? I
Wow.
felt it.
Wow.
See, it doesn't matter. Time and distance
I know
doesn't matter.
like
I was
take
like,
a deep breath, like,
where's your mask?
choked up, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
like really blow it out, like blow out every last thing and then just take in the air and fill up your aura.
Yeah,
Okay.
like you're holding in so much. Let it out.
So
Everyone could use a deep breath.
he says, yes, mother. Yes, I would love to clear it. Very beautiful way to put it. All resonates. The throat is the most. Bless you guys. Third eye is still tingling. Awesome. Keep working on those things.
That means it's working. It's being activated.
Awesome. Okay, Homer, do you want to pick someone?
Let me see.
Whoever writes I'm all in are the ones that
Okay,
are
I'm just going straight up. Debbie Goodwin from YouTube.
All right, Debbie Goodwin
If
from
you're
YouTube.
still here, Debbie, are you here?
I'm sure she is.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. We're going to go send frequency, Debbie Goodwin, into your third eye to see anything that's coming up for us. And the first thing I'm seeing is children, but then I get a headache. And then I'm hearing all over the place. So I feel like there's a lot of activity, but it feels like tiring and physically tiring and mentally, and I'm hearing mentally and emotionally tiring. So you need time for yourself. You need to cut the cord from other people, other situations, other things that are coming up. You're a total empath. So even being on, social media is something that really affects you. When, be really picky about what you're reading and involving yourself in the conversations you're having, because you take it all in like a sponge. So I see so many things in your third eye, so many people, so many situations, but I keep hearing tiring, big cord in the back. So I'm just you need to step back and take some peace and quiet for yourself. So go garden or go walk in nature, get your feet in the water somewhere. Just go do something for yourself, even if it's having a cup of tea in your bathrobe and just like, I'm just going to be with myself and I'm going to think. And a lot of people don't like to do that. They don't like to just be quiet and think. Sometimes I just sit on my couch and it's just silent, and that I like to do that because it's in the silence that you get awareness and you hear things that you're not going to hear when you're always busy scrolling on your phone, dealing with other people. So you really need some time to yourself, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Of course, the more time you can spend, the better. But every day, at least take a 10 to 15 minute break where you just do you. And sometimes I just go out on my back deck and that's just, I don't have anybody really bugging me. I'm just busy. But I go out on my deck just to be with the dead people, the cemeteries in my backyard, but not really going there to be with them, but they're there. But just to take some breath and have a cup of tea or something. So that's something that's important because you need to be grounded and present in your body rather than being tired and exhausted and your energy out of your body because it's just too much to deal with. You have too many other energies. I don't know if you heard the things for the first person we did, Angela, about letting out other people's energy and then calling yours back. This would be really helpful for you. Okay, Homer?
Yeah, for Debbie, same thing. I was getting a lot of distractions, a lot of cords I was pulling out. um, the main message I was hearing was because there's a lot going on, and the third eye felt tired, but not tired in a way that you're using your third eye, but
No.
tired because being bombarded with a lot of distractions and a lot of cords. So tired in that way. So a lot of clearing had to be done. And also I was hearing, like Cindy was saying, take the time out to just focus on yourself. Even create like a sacred sanctuary, like a garden or a forest or a crystal city or something where you can just use your third eye and visualize a peaceful place for you to just be with yourself. Just tap in from within and tap into that divine within. That's what I was hearing for you.
All right. Thank you. Whew. People.
And it's all about light. We focus on light.
Yes, we do. And the good of everyone, helping people to feel better and do better, and positive reinforcement and tools to help you live a happier, positive, more fulfilling life. That's what we're about. 100%.
Empowerment and
Period.
light.
Period.
Exclamation mark.
And period. And quotations.
And hyphen. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so I don't know if we discussed what our next show was going to be on Friday. So we do shows every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and every Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I know we had some things that,
it's a good show.
It's going to be amazing.
It will.
Do you know what it is?
No. But it's going to be amazing.
Why didn't I write that down yet?
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely going to be amazing, though. It always is, especially Friday nights. I mean, Tuesdays are great, but so are Fridays. So I'm super excited about Friday. So if you're on Facebook, I know that the announcement goes up. I'm not sure how it goes up on YouTube. I'm not sure because I can only see the back end. But there's an announcement that comes up. If you look on if you subscribe, it should come up on your feed. That's how you'd know.
Yes.
Hint, hint. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel because it's going to be great.
And again, if we didn't call on you, that means it doesn't mean that we didn't work on you, because we worked on all of you simultaneously. So
yeah,
you're all getting it. And also, whatever feedback we had given to one person, if it applies to you, okay, as well, because the information is coming from the divine, from our angels, from our star people. So
yeah. So
yeah.
just go work with this third eye this week and for the next month, and it will get clearer and better and fluff your aura up. If you do that every day, you're going to feel fantastic. You're
Yeah.
going to set your day up. If you energize your third eye, fluff your aura in the morning, you're going to be set to go.
And I'm clearing my third eye so I could see what we have for Friday. But it's going to be amazing. I could already see it.
It is amazing.
I could see it.
Thank you guys so much. I love Delia said, LOL, it's going to be great. I don't know what it is. And it sure always is. And
do you know what it's going to be, Delia? Just kidding.
Right? Anita says, thank you. Such a blessing. I don't know why I didn't write it down yet. I didn't go back and look what I wrote to you, but I typed out like 3 new things.
And whatever it is, it's always good and it's always helpful and it's always enlightening.
It really is.
You will never miss out. You will only add to the knowledge.
So we will see you on Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and wherever you are related to that. Thanks for being here. We really love you guys and hope that was helpful. So have a great week and we'll see you in a few days. Peace.